Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. I hope you guys are doing well. It is Sunday. It's a new week. It's a new week. Like, are y'all excited? Truthfully, I'm excited for this week. I don't know how it's going to go at all, but truthfully, that's not a bad thing. I just pray that it's a great one, it's a productive one, and it's full of miracles and amazing things. And so, y'all, I know y'all did not see me yesterday. I'm so sorry about that. I really am. And as far as a healing and a life journey, truthfully, I saw no point in me getting up here and reflecting today. It's Sunday, it's a new day, it's a new week. I just saw no point in that for me when I sat and I thought, like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because I did actually reflect yesterday. So then I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? Do I still, or I just give myself some grace, basically? Just give myself some grace. So I ended up working on some other stuff last night anyway, but I was like, I'm just gonna give myself some grace. So I pray that y'all give me grace, that y'all did not get a video yesterday. And y'all, that's just a part of my life journey. It's a story for another day. But we're gonna keep it rolling. It's Sunday. But I do want to say, as I reflected about last week, I can say that last week I had a very thoughtful week, and also I was very much tested this week, and I'll get more into that with the Bible verse. But I went through some tests this week and I failed miserably. Y'all know, I'll be honest, but it'll all tie up into the Bible verse. But just off of, like I said, my reflection from yesterday, I had a good week. It was a very thoughtful week, a lot of thoughts. It was a week of tests, and all I can say this week is that, when it comes to me, I kind of wake up and I'm a new me, like, every day. I kind of sort of like reinvent myself, like, especially when I've been through some tests and I like failed. There's a lesson in everything. So that's just how you gotta see life. Like, you can't hold on to it, whether it's a good lesson or whether a bad one. You learn something and you can move better off of it. That's just life, and that's how I live my life, and that's how I see life. I don't dwell in stuff, If I do not pass a test, I don't cry about it. I just keep going. And then that just allows me to go right into Sunday, But guys, I hope you guys reflected. And if not, still make time to reflect. That's what I want y'all to know. If ever I have to give myself a day of grace, or if ever I'm ever going through something and I have to, like, not do this, I want y'all to still keep going for you. Don't wait on nobody else. It's your journey. This is week 10. So at this point, if you really locked in, you're really putting in work, you're really trying to change, do your journey, do your life right, there's no stopping, unless you also need a day of grace for yourself. But don't wait on me when it's your life, when it's your journey. So I do hope you guys reflected. And if not, take some time to reflect today. I had already reflected yesterday, but yeah, story for another day. So my goals, I'm not going to spend a long time on my goals this week because they look like last week. And truthfully, let me be real honest, I did no yoga. No yoga. So I am going to try it again. And then, of course, going to bed by 10, getting up at 6. It's crazy because I have been getting up at 6 for the past 3 days. At the beginning of the week, I was failing miserably. But it's crazy because I was going to bed. I was in the bed by 10:30 at the beginning of the week, and I wasn't getting up. But, wow, I get up, and it's crazy because I get everything done but the yoga. No matter what time I wake up, no matter what time I go to bed, like, I get everything completed except for yoga. Like, all this week, getting things done. it's just that in the beginning of the week, it's crazy because I had found myself in the bed by 10:30, just not waking up at 6. And then towards the end of the week, I was like in the bed after 10:30, but I've been up at 6, like wide awake. And I've been real confused because like I ain't been tired, like wide awake for like the past 3 days. Seriously, this morning was crazy. And what's crazy is I was up at 6, and I knew I was up at 6. I was wide awake for a long time, but I ended up going back to sleep because I was waiting on my 6 o'clock alarm to go off. And I guess I dozed back off because then I woke back up and I was like, okay, it's a little lighter. And then I was like, did I miss something? And then I'm like, of course, your alarm, you obviously slept through it. You should just went ahead and got up. But I was like, when I was up, but I didn't hear my alarm, so I was just laying in bed. I was just up, like literally up, thinking. And yeah, I dozed off. So then when I'm waking back up, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I just went into a deep little nap because it was probably like an hour difference. And then when I looked at my alarm, I forgot that I only wake up at 6 on weekdays, and that's the alarm I had set. So that's why I did not go off this morning. So I really should have just went ahead and got up when my mind was, because being that I have been getting up at 6 for like the past 3 days, I think my body is kind of like getting used to it a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, I should just got up this morning. But so that's all I want to say on that really, is that, they look the same, and I can see me trying real hard. It was crazy how it kind of flip-flopped from the beginning to the end, where I was doing one thing and then, but the only thing that I feel like is taking a longer time for me is the yoga. So I'm really going to try to push that this week. Last night I had decided to fall asleep to Janae Aiko, like her music. And so I usually do rain sound because I feel like I can't fall asleep to music anymore. I used to, like when I was younger, but it's like I can't do it now. Like everything got to be like no words, But I ended up falling asleep to her singing. And so I kind of woke up to it, and I had that thought like, okay, well, this is good because I do yoga to music. So I'm like, if I'm hearing this when I wake up, maybe I'll go ahead and, because another thing this morning was that I was trying to, again, I was up and I was just laying there, but I was kind of trying to get some rest because I was like, my alarm ain't went off yet. So let me hurry up, get these 10 minutes in. Because I knew it was like, had to be almost 6. I had just went to sleep at 12. So I knew it had to be, 6 o'clock or something, 5, 6. But I couldn't go back to sleep really at first because I was listening to her singing. So that was kind of keeping me up. So I was like, okay, well, this might be good for me off the wake up, getting up, doing what I gotta do, and then coming back out here to do some yoga. So I don't know, but I'll see how that works. I will try again tonight to sleep to her and wake up and see how that goes. But that's just about everything that I have on that. I also don't have my whiteboard today. I gotta go to Walmart at the lunch at the brunch and get some expo so I can spray my board. It looks crazy. I was like, because it's so much writing from Friday that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just wait till I get some expo spray. But my weekly intention this week, I and Asia intend to keep moving forward this week, focusing on the big picture versus anything else. I had put background noise, but not even background noise, just anything else, including my own background noise. My own thoughts that kind of try to get into my head. I intend to keep going. Like, there's no time to stop, be in a period of stagnancy, be lost, be confused, be just in my head, just distracting myself. I don't have time for that. So I was like, this week, I feel like it's going to be a long week, but I'm dedicated to moving forward. Like I told y'all in the beginning of this, I'm not going to sit up here and give y'all a Saturday reflection on a new day, on a Sunday, on a new week at that. No. I keep moving forward. Same thing for any week. If I miss that day, I pray that y'all will show me grace because that's what I'm probably doing. But I'm not going to backpedal. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep going. I'm understanding of the fact that things happen, and I also am very understanding of who I am and of myself. So I know that I'm gonna keep going because it happens, you know. So that's just what I intend to do. And you know, I was kind of in a mood this morning, especially before church. Like I said, this morning I was up and I could not sleep because I had so much on my mind. And, you know, it kind of just had me like, please. It had me in a hold. It had me in a hold. And it had me in a place where I was like, yo, I just want to disappear. You have to be careful about what you say, so not literally disappear. I had to say that right after, like, well, not disappear. But, like, if I was in the woods alone doing this and living my life, like, would everything be okay? Like, would it be silent then? Like, would it be quiet? Probably not. I have a tendency to want to run from my pain, and I have a tendency to also want to numb it, because that's what I'm used to doing. I'm very numb to it. But I've came to a place where I've turned any type of pain, any type of hurt into passion. So I don't run. I can't afford to run. I can't afford to choose to numb it, because it's not going to go away that way. That's not how it works. That's where I was this morning. And I felt like that was going to keep me in a place of stagnancy. Like that was going to keep me stuck here more than anything. I don't want to be stuck up here when I have to be present. I have to be focused on what I have going on. Because if I'm stuck up here, then I'm stuck to there. I'm stuck to there. And then I'm confused here. And then I'm tired here, physically. I'm tired. I refuse to embody any of that negativity that I was trying to place upon myself at that. I was trying to place it upon myself. And the only answer I had was to like numb it, like to truly like distance myself. Because most part of my reinvention is to distance myself from people. Like, okay, well, see y'all. I don't want to talk. I don't care. I got stuff to do. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone. I love you. But I need time to myself. But I had to realize this morning that I'm not perfect and that I have to keep going because I have stuff to do and I can't revert back to unhealthy ways, unhealthy coping ways. I have to love myself through it all, and I have to choose happiness through it all, and I have to keep going through it all. And I gotta pray what's up here away, because what's up here sometimes isn't always pretty in my world, and it doesn't always keep me going. Sometimes it wants me confined to there. It wants me to lay down and stay down. Sometimes it's not other people. You are your own worst enemy. This is your own worst enemy sometimes, not just others. And when you know that and when you recognize that it's war, it's a war. But you have to be willing to fight that war, because that's the only way you're going to win. Only the strong survive. So I got to keep building myself up and making myself stronger. And I strengthen myself in my troubles, in my mistakes, in my imperfections. That's how I strengthen myself, in the lessons. And then I reinvent myself and I become better. I evaluate and I reflect and I do better. Because no matter what, I know what I've overcome and I'm in control. I have the power, and I'm not going to allow my mind to defeat me. I am in control. So I just refuse to stay still. I refuse to let these thoughts overpower me, to get into my head. I'm going to keep going. They have no control. The devil gets no play. He gets no control. He does not get to come over here and bother me. I lay it all down. I get down on my knees and I pray and I lay it all down. Because God knows my heart anyway. So I lay it all down. I'm honest and I'm open. And I tell the truth to God about what's in here. And what's in here, it's not perfect in here. Because, y'all, I am a perfectionist. Like, when I see something and when I want something, I go after it, like, with all my might, with all my heart. And if I make a mistake, or if I get something wrong, or, like, fail at it, I tend to beat myself up. And when you beat yourself up, you're keeping yourself where the devil wants you. You're keeping yourself in a stagnant place, because if you're beating yourself up, you're not recognizing the value of the lesson that you're supposed to learn from it. And you're not recognizing that, you know, it's okay. Instead of building myself up, I'm beating myself up. And so I'm keeping myself down. And so for me, it's like, I wanted to do that so bad, but I can't. I'm not there no more. And that's just, like, honestly, last week and even, like, this morning, it's just full of a lot of realizations. And, you know, I think a lot and I come to a lot of conclusions about myself and about my life. And so, you know, I learn really fast. And that's why I'm, like I told y'all, I kind of reinvent myself, because when I evaluate myself and, you know, I actually take time to learn, it's like, okay, well, that's a dub now. Like, you know, in certain situations, like, sometimes I'm not, like, as perfect in learning my lesson, but, you know, certain things, yes. And so it's just, I just realized a lot. And, you know, I quickly realized that I'm the only one that's going to keep me down and stop me if I decide to beat myself up. Like, I had to, like, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. It's like I always hold myself up to this, like, but I'm quick to say, like, you know, you're not perfect. Like, I tell people that all the time. Nobody's perfect. Yet I hold myself like, you gotta, you know, let me clarify this. Not be perfect for other people, but to my own standards, where, like I said, if I'm going after something, if I want something, if I'm doing something, it gotta be how I want it. I gotta do it. I gotta, like, that's how I am with myself. So when I F up, I mess up, or things go wrong, I'm quick to beat myself up because I was supposed to be here with it and I wasn't. And so now I'm mad at myself, and I feel like I hurt myself, and it's self against self. It's raining. But, you know, I quickly realized, like, no, because you're just going to keep yourself down. Brush it off and keep moving. Like, do not stop moving. Do not. You got stuff to do. On a journey, you're going to make mistakes. On a journey, you're going to mess up. You're going to want to beat yourself up. You're going to fail. You're going to get things wrong. You're going to say the wrong things. You're going to do the wrong things. You're going to get mad. You're going to get frustrated. Keep going. Keep moving. I said, I have a bigger picture. And I know I can't shut myself out from people. That's a part of my big picture. I can't shut myself out from people when I'm trying to heal and building healthier relationships. I can't shut myself out. I have to learn how to trust. You know, it's all, that means keep moving forward in my healing journey. Because also in certain lessons, you just really realize what else you need to keep working on and keep healing about yourself. So don't give up on that because you messed up. Keep going. Everything is going to be fine. This is what I gotta tell myself. Everything's going to be good, girl. Like, calm down. You know, I'm my biggest critic. I am my biggest critic. I am so mean to myself. And I can be honest, like, because I hold myself here. Like, I expect a lot from me. And sometimes I forget that I'm human and that I'm not perfect. Sometimes I forget it. Even though I say it a lot, y'all, sometimes I forget it because, again, you know, I want everybody to know that, because even that's something that I need to learn. But I know it, but it's something that I obviously need to learn and internalize because, you know, I still even like after I get out this video, I'll probably still be like that because it's a process. But it's one that I have to start to really internalize and understand and know, so that, you know, I feel like the test literally last week, I mean, was for me to learn that, like, you know you gonna mess up. You've been messing up all your life. But some things just hit different, you know, especially on my journey now, because I hold myself like on this journey. So, you know, on the healing journey, it hits way different than it used to hit. But it still always hit for me because I always, like I said, but it just hits a little different. And so, like, I just had to see, nope, keep moving. Don't be sad, girl, bye. Do not be sad. Ain't no need, girl. I don't hear about your business. The rain looks so pretty. I get to wear my rain boots. I'll be excited when I get to wear my rain boots. But let me go ahead and say my Bible verse so I can end this, because I feel like I already talked about the Bible verse without talking about the Bible verse. Church was really good, so that's good. Church did not give me a Bible verse though. It was kind of hard finding one this morning, but I went through my list that I have in my Bible. I was like, okay, well, it's finally time to use this one again, since nothing has came to me this morning. And so, you know, I had to go seek it out, and I had to make sure that it was here. Because, of course, I want to, especially on Sundays, every day I feel like I give out important messages. But especially on a Sunday, you know, I want to give out a message for you guys that is, like, connected to the reason that I'm here. And that's God and what I believe in. I had to go seek this one, and I had to make sure it fit. And so I was going to do Isaiah 7:9, but then I was like, nah, you know. But also, like, I tried to be, you know, as real with y'all as I can, as honest. Like I said, some things I don't share because it's not that time yet. I'm not there. But I solely try to stay on my journey, and I try to be transparent with my journey, you know, because it's not an easy one. And it's not, we're going to mess up. Nobody's perfect. And so I just really try to be as transparent as possible about that part. And to know that I'm living this. This is my life. This is my journey. This is not for fun. This is not for show. This is me opening up to y'all and welcoming y'all into my world and my experiences in hopes to give back and to help, because that's what I want to do, to serve. I just wanted to say, like, last week I went through some tests, a couple, and God put me through some tests. He did. Really, when it comes to God, like when I get on my knees and I pray day and night or in the car, I'm very open and I'm very honest with Him. The only thing about these tests was that I assumed that I could handle them. You know, I was like, oh, God, I got this. You ain't gotta worry. You ain't never gotta worry about me, God. You know, we here. I got you. That's basically the conversation. Like, I'm here. I got you. I love you. I ain't gonna, you know, that's the truth. I'm not lying to y'all. When you really gotta, you gotta seek God, and you gotta ask. You gotta go find in order to receive that type of relationship. I get down and I'm honest. I don't hold anything back, not even tears. Not even tears. And some people might think I'm crazy. But hey, I'm crazy. I might be. But assuming that I had my head on right, like I'm good. I know better. You know that. Assuming these things all last week. Assuming all of these things, I failed the test. So when you're already assuming and you got that confidence, and you go into that classroom, I study. I did all my work. I did all the homework, all A's. I ain't failing this class. Bam, you know. So it's time for a midterm, and you bowl like you assuming, you know, you did everything right. You got everything, you know. You've been turning in the homework. You've been doing what you're supposed to do. You talk in class. You pay attention. You don't be on your phone. Midterm time, you know, it ain't no doubt. It ain't no doubt in your mind. It ain't no doubt in your mind. And then you fail it. You just knew you wasn't going to, but you did. Because although you studied and you did all this and you did all that, you didn't really understand it. You didn't really see it. You didn't really grasp it. And to know that, that's going to kind of crush your soul, like, dang. So, again, it puts you in a spot where you like, now I got to isolate. I got to study hard. I don't want to talk about it. Forget it. It is what it is. You know? You're a little hot with yourself. And you feel a little shame. Like, you know? Like, dang, girl. You know, I just knew I just knew I was gonna pass. And you didn't. So originally what I had written down in my Bible was Daniel 11:33. But Daniel 11:35 is the one that stuck out to me. So I'm gonna read that from the New International Version and the Message version, my favorite. Daniel 11:35. Some of the wise will stumble, so that they may be refined, purified, and made spotless until the time of the end. For it will still come at the appointed time. The New International Version. Message version. The testing will refine, cleanse, and purify those who keep their head on straight and stay true. For there is still more to come. So one thing I don't consider is myself wise. I'm very humble. I know I don't know it all. Nobody does. The more that you see, the more that you know that you don't know anything. I know I'm not a wise person. So when I read that, I'm like, you know, okay. But let me tell you something. When I read the second one, I was like, okay, I may not be like wise in a sense where I know it all, but I'm wise enough to have my head on straight. So when I read the second one, I was like, yeah, this is it. The testing will refine, cleanse, and purify those who keep their head on straight and stay true. For there is still more to come. Keep going. Keep going. I know I'm not the wisest, but to be wise, especially on a journey with God, to be wise is to have your head on straight and stay true. Not just to yourself and to your journey, but to Him. It clarified for me that, you know, I already knew I was getting tested. I already knew. You know, I knew the math test was coming up. I knew that. I knew the science exam was next week. I knew that. I knew I had 2 yesterday. I know that. And all them exams, I just knew I was gonna pass because I studied. But I didn't understand. Not till I failed did I understand exactly what I had been taught. And you're going to get tested in certain situations multiple times. In certain areas multiple times until you get it. Even if that means continuing to hurt yourself. Because guess what? God love you, but He gonna teach you. And He gonna show you why you should have just listened to understand the first time and to really understand it the first time. And so, all last week, going through tests and failing them, I wanted to beat myself up, but I didn't. And by the time I got to the end of the week, I definitely wanted to beat myself up, but I didn't. And this just clarified for me that I know I got my head on straight. I know that I'm going the right way. I know that I see everything clear. I know that I have a bigger picture. I know that I have a lot going on. I know all of these things. And I know that I'm going to get tested as I continue to grow, as I continue to heal. The devil is always busy. But sometimes what you don't know is that you're not going to pass every test, especially when you feel like, I got this. So when you do, it kind of hits different, especially when you thought you had it. It's going to hit different for you because you knew you had it in the bag and you failed. And instead of beating yourself up, you have to know that when you got your head on straight and when you stay true and you keep moving and you keep standing and you don't sit still and you don't let the devil come into your mind and stay there, the testing will refine, cleanse, and purify those who keep their head on straight and stay true, for there is still more to come. I got more to do. I got a bigger picture. I still got stuff to go after. So when I go through tests and when I fail them, I say, I'm going to take this home and I'm going to go back through and I'm going to work things out and I'm going to see what I did wrong. So when it's time for that retest, I pass with no worries because I understand now. I get it now. It has refined me. The test refines me. To refine, cleanse, and purify is the same thing. To remove impurities. And impurities is when you are impure. You're not pure. God wants you to be pure. He wants you to be pure in Him. That's what He wants. Purity. Inside and outside. That's what He asks for from you. That's one of the things He asks for from you. And so, the test that you go through and that you fail, if you turn around and you take it, some people get their test back and they throw it away. I'm like, oh, okay. I failed, so what? Take the initiative to take it home. Take the test and go through it. Work through it. See where you went wrong. Cleanse it of the X marks that your teacher has up there. Remove the X marks by working through it and saying, okay, this is the right answer. I know sometimes we would get an answer wrong in high school or maybe middle school, and we would go back to the teacher and we'll work it out with them, and then they'll take it out. Like, okay, that's the point. They change it for you. Same thing with life lessons. As you work through it and you're thinking about it and you acknowledging your mistake instead of beating yourself up, you're able to remove and cleanse the X marks where you got it wrong at, in hopes that you become refined, in hopes that you are cleansed. So next time when you walk into that type of lesson again, whatever that may be, you won't stumble over it. You won't trip. You won't fall. You'll be able to step over it, or you'll be able to handle it in a way where it's just a healthy way. It don't gotta be all bad. You don't gotta completely ignore stuff. Sometimes you gotta confront it. Sometimes you gotta face it when you get to certain situations. Sometimes you gotta face it and keep going. Acknowledging that, this is a stumbling block. I no longer want to stumble. Real stuff. I no longer want to fall. I no longer want to trip. I see it clearly. This is not aligned. This is not for me. I learned my lesson. I'm going to keep going. You know, no more red marks. We don't have time for those. And again, it's life, and we're not perfect. Lanasia, you're not perfect. And when I say that, y'all, don't take it into that context where, oh, no, I mean, like, I know it's a lot of y'all out there that hold yourself to high standards all the time, and when you mess up, you beat yourself up because you expected more of you. That's how I am with myself. I'm my biggest critic. And when I want something, when I go after something, when I see something for myself and I fail at it, or I don't get it right, or it's not how I want it, I immediately shut down. I immediately beat myself up. I immediately just feel that shame, and I immediately just like, oh my God, like really, immediately cry, like, you know, just immediately just act unhealthy. When it doesn't have to be that way. I have to be nicer to myself. So we are not perfect. So it's going to happen. We're going to stumble. We're going to fall. God knows that. He knows everything before it even happens. He sees everything. So with that being said, on my journey, I'm learning to keep moving forward. To keep going. I know I'm going to be tested. And if I fail, you know, I just know that I got to go back. And I got to work through it. And I gotta heal through it, and I gotta keep going, because obviously something not right if I ain't getting it right. If I ain't getting it right, and I'm on a journey and I'm trying to heal, and something ain't right. So I gotta look at me. I gotta look at what's going on. I gotta look at everything. I gotta know. You know, I gotta evaluate so I can figure things out, so I can move better. Because I want better, so I gotta move better all the time. I know everything's not gonna like be always good, and I know I'm not perfect, and I gotta get out of that mindset. And so I think I did really good this week, going through so much last week. And you know, I feel like I had a lot of tests last week, like all week, ever since like Monday, for real. And you know, by the end of this week, really this morning, I came to the conclusion. So maybe it's a good thing that I did reflect yesterday, because I didn't put this in my reflection, but I cannot do that anymore. I gotta build myself up, even in the midst of, you know, mistakes or failing. And I gotta keep going, because I got stuff to do. Because if I beat myself down, I'm gonna keep myself down. I'm gonna keep myself somewhere I don't want to be, because I'm not that person anymore, and I'm not there. So y'all just keep moving forward. We got this. We got this. We gotta show ourselves some grace. That's what Pastor was saying today. Grace. Show yourself some grace. Show other people grace. For real. Okay, I'm hungry. I know my best friend is waiting on me, so we can go eat brunch. I hope you guys have had a great Sunday. Y'all be blessed. Stay beautiful. Stay safe. Be patient. Be humble. Be kind. Be gentle. Show compassion. You are love. Love is within you. So show love. Spread love. You are light. Shine your light. Be yourself and stay true to yourself. I love you guys from my heart to yours.